Hello paddlers, welcome back to my channel. Well, I've got an update for you on me returning to the water, and I've also got something to tell you about Drysute as well, so don't just tune out. I've got all my jobs I needed to do, right? If you're a subscriber, you'll know about my files and everything. Well, that's all done and everything's been moved and reasonably, so I've still got a lot of cleaning to do, but that's now. I've got all the boxing, unboxing and packaging and that sort of stuff done. All right, so it's all great. But a couple of weeks ago, after moving three-piece suites and stuff up and downstairs with no problems, I took some empty boxes down the stairs and I went flying. And let me stand up and show you something. You've already guessed, haven't you? Yeah, chairs in the road, sorry. What I did was basically I went flying down the stairs and I thought I had broken my leg to pieces. I was, well, I didn't scream. Well, I think I did scream actually. I said a few choice words, but yeah, OMG did it hurt. I knew straight away. I thought I'd broken my leg. I thought I've definitely broken my leg. All right, let me sit down again. This was just to show you. All right. However, got to the hospital and it turns out all after all the screaming and I've smashed my leg open and all this sort of stuff, it turns out all I've done is frigging cracked a bone in my big toe. That's all. Just cracked a bone in my big toe. It felt like I'd broke every bone in my leg. Because apparently, right, the nurse doctor, right, was explaining the nerves basically, because the pain sort of came right up my leg, so I figured I'd broke my knee, whatever, but it's the way the nerves, the part of my toe, the way the nerves, whatever. All right, but no, I just cracked, just like a hairline crack type thing on my big toe. All right, well, it swelled up, it went black and blue, as you can imagine. And basically, I'm moving about more and stuff like that and everything. And I can drive, but I can only drive if I've got my great big boots on, which, because then the boots do the work of the pedal for the work of my pressure. Because they says to us, I can't like carry anything heavy and walk. In other words, don't put too much strain on it. So I'm still off the water, but for a different reason now. However, as I said, that was a couple of weeks ago. I'm starting to feel a lot better. I am moving about a lot. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't always use this, especially in the house, I should say. When I'm in the house, don't always use it. I sort of like wobble. I'll show you. Look. I sort of like wobble about a bit. You know what I mean? Just hobble about a bit. All right, but so I am getting a lot better. Oh, a lot better. Well, I've still got a lot of work to do, cleaning up and stuff, but I was all ready to get back out on the water this week, or a couple of weeks ago, but then this all happened. So I'm not going to say next week, maybe the week after. All it is, I know for a fact I could paddle a kayak, not a problem. Yeah, it won't be a problem sitting and paddling a kayak. It's just lifting your boat and getting it to the water. Now I have got wheels, right? So I could actually get the boat all inflated or whatever and then put it on wheels, roll it to the water. But you know yourself, there's times where you have to drag or you might have to pull or whatever, and I can't put the weight on. All right, so I'm just gonna have to wait and see. Right, I said about Drysutes, right? That was just an update about what's going on with me. I said about Drysutes. I'm a little bit concerned. All right, it's winter time, and we've just had Black Friday, and a lot of shops and stuff are having special offers on, which are great. But I noticed on Amazon, I'm going to sound, I don't mean to sound sort of like, I don't know, make up your own decision how I sound, but I mean this in a nice way. All right, what I'm going to say is, I've noticed some Drysutes on Amazon for about 200 quid. All right, now, maybe you could just drop lucky, but I'd say stay away from Drysutes at that price for your own safety. All right, because I can't see a Drysute being any good at 200 quid. There's just not enough material and enough work that have gone into it for them to justify that price. If you see a decent Drysute is going to cost you 3 times that amount, 4 times that amount, 5 times that amount. You know, I just can't see how they can make a half decent Drysute and sell it for £200. I just can't see how it can be done. Now, I said for safety's sake, I mean, they say you fall in the water and it lets all water in. Right? This time of year, hypothermia can be quick because water temperature is a hell of a lot colder than what it is outside. I've mentioned things like that before, and I know other paddlers have. The sun comes out, you think, oh, it's nice and warm, and then you fall in and you regret it. Yeah. Hence the Drysute, to stop the water from getting in. Plus also, I'd be concerned because when you're in a Drysute, you're sealed in. Like it's got feet, sort of, for want of a better word, built-in wellies type thing, but they're not wellies. They've got like built-in socks, there you go. And then you put your boots on over the top. Now, if water did flood in, your bottom of your Drysute's going to fill with water. You're going to look like, you know, the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man from Ghostbusters, or the whatever, the Michelin Tire Man. You're going to swell up, and not with air, with water rushing in, and that's going to drag you down. And there's a hell of a good chance you can't get back into your kayak. You might not even be able to get out the bloody water at the bank if you're full of water. And I think that's a good possibility with something that's a Drysute that's only costing 200. I could be wrong, right? I haven't gone out and bought one. If I'd have bought one, tried it, I could have said 100% don't buy this. But I'm only mentioning this as a safety tip. I would recommend, if you're really desperate to get out in winter paddling, save your money, right? Do your research and get yourself a good Drysute, right? Yes, this £200 one or £300, they've got a few cheap ones, right? They might be okay. Like I said, I don't know, but I won't bet money on it. And I would not bet my life on a £200 Drysute. Now, if you're desperate and you haven't got any money, right, you're short on funds, but you really want to get out and you want to buy one of these cheap Drysutes, then I recommend, as soon as you get home, put it on, stand in the garden and get your husband or your wife to pour buckets of water over you. You can use warm water in your garden so you don't freeze. Right? But I'd advise them to pour buckets of water over you. I wouldn't advise jumping in a river to see if it works, because if it don't work and it fills with water and drags you down, problems. Now, I know someone's going to say, yeah, but you're going to have a PFD on or a life jacket. Don't matter. If you're full of water, you try and get out of that water, even with a life jacket on. Right? Yeah. Like, just get your partner to pour buckets of water over you, see if any water gets in. In fact, shove some tissue paper inside with you, see if it gets wet. And if it doesn't, you've dropped lucky. But personally, I would say, I would recommend, and I'm sure I'm not alone here, I'd recommend save your money and get a good one. It's not worth your life. It's not like buying a paddle. Right, you get a cheap paddle. Oh, this is rubbish, it's bust, right? So you go out and you get a better paddle. Right, no big deal. It's not the end of the world. Right, but with something like a Drysute in the middle of winter, you've got ice, you've got snow, you've got really, really cold water temperatures that can cause hypothermia and kill you. Not to put too fine a point on it. Safety first, right? Get yourself somewhat decent. But as I said, I'm going to backtrack. If you do pick up a cheap one, right, from anywhere, I know I said Amazon, but from anywhere, stand in the garden, get your partner to chuck buckets of water over you. See if it's waterproof. Right, don't take the chance. Do not take the chance. Now, I know some Drysutes are not meant to be 100% waterproof. They've got like a neoprene gasket. But I'll tell you, if you're buying something like that, right, it's going to be good enough anyhow. But in this sort of temperature, you really want a good gasket to keep all the water out. That's all I'm going to say on that anyway. But it just that I'd noticed on Amazon, I thought, Jesus, I hope nobody buys them. They can't be any good. No, but I'm going to get loads of comments saying I got one of them off Amazon for £200 and it's amazing. I fell off my boat and it kept me complete. Well, great, I'm really happy for you. This is just a safety thing. I won't recommend type. And I did make it very clear. I don't own one, so I don't know. It's just in my opinion, paying £200, it can't be made very well. It just cannot be made very well. Could be wrong. Could be wrong. I hope I am. I'll go out and buy 10 and then flog them for double the price. No, that was a joke. But yeah, so I'm going to leave it there then, paddlers, and hopefully, I'm not even going to see it. I mean, I must have said, hopefully I'll be back on the water soon. I've said that about 10 times in the last 3 months. And something keeps going wrong. But yeah, so I just wanted to give you an update anyway. Oh, I will be making another video though, because typical, bloody, it just really computed with my head then. Yeah, typical. I got my new boat coming next week, so I'll be. I mentioned to you I've got a new kayak, and yeah, something I've wanted for years. Right? Yeah, if you're a subscriber, you've guessed. You know exactly what it is. Alright, but what I'll do is won't be taking it out on the water. It's coming next week. Alright, but I'll do a review of it and show you some of the features and stuff like that, and hobble around and show you it the best I can. But it's over 14 foot, so I have to figure that one out. Because I reckon if I move my chair and move that chair, I might just get it in here. We'll have to see. Any other paddlers, I'm going to leave it there, and I'll say it again, as I've said the last few times. If you've stayed a subscriber to me, thank you. If you've unsubscribed, I completely understand. But I will be back. All right. I just don't know when. I mean, I don't know. My foot's going to heal. I'm going to get better, and I'm going to break my arm. The way things are going, I don't know. Okay then, paddlers, thanks for watching. Hope you're all well, happy paddling, and take care. Cheers.